Hello and welcome to this episode of Bridging Talks. And today we have a special guest called Kei Watanabe. So am I pronouncing your name right? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And Kei is the co-founder of Glasp, and we will learn more about Glasp, so what it is. So feel free, Kei, feel free to tell us about what you do.
Hi, thank you for having me. So I'm Kei, a co-founder of Glasp. And Glasp is a startup company based in San Francisco, United States. And we are making a web application, like Chrome extension, so for web highlighting tool for YouTube summary and the Kindle highlights importer. Yeah, and we started our company around 5 years ago. And so we started with web highlighting tool.
Mm.
So it's a Chrome extension that, highlights or markup, web articles, and so saves highlights on the profile page, share the profile page with other people to learn together. And so that's our initial start. But yeah, we launched some extensions like YouTube summary,
Mm.
and it was one was our biggest hit. So with 2 to 3 million users globally. Yeah, but yeah, if you have any questions, so let me know. So I'm happy to join.
Okay, that's great. Yeah, that's great to know. And I did look at your YouTube, and there's quite a few people that use it. So, if you could just tell me about your background, how it all started, because you said that you also have a co-founder. So if you could just tell us about your journey, that would be great.
Yeah, thanks. So yeah, as you can tell, I'm Japanese. I was born
Yeah,
and raised in Japan.
yeah.
And after graduation of university, I stayed in Japan. And after graduation of university, I went to University of Washington in Seattle. And my background, so I
Mm,
majored in law in
mm.
Japan, but I
Okay.
majored in business at the University of Washington. Yeah, and so after 1 year stay, so 1 year studying at University of Washington, I moved to San Francisco for work. And since I was not in tech, so I don't have any tech background, so I started my career as a researcher at a financial researching company in San Francisco. And after, yeah, it's a seasonal job thing.
Mm,
I quit and I started working at a like big searching company, so in Silicon Valley. And so that's where I met my co-founder. So we were making like a listing advertisement for Japanese clients, and
mm,
it's a simple job. And for me, so after quitting the company, I started working at a startup company as a product manager.
mm,
And we were making a food, mobile application for foodies, people who love to eat
mm,
out. And the company didn't go well. I worked for around 2 years. But so the company decided, the CEO decided to like dissolve the company.
mm.
Then I didn't, yeah, I was free. Yeah, I
Okay.
lost my job. Yeah, in Silicon Valley. And my co-founder at that time, so was also making MVP of Glasp.
Mm,
For him, so this is his second startup company. So after, the big enterprise, so he started his first startup company with a Turkish American guy in San Francisco. So they raised money from Japan. So because he is Japanese. But so before 1 year passes, so there was a co-founder conflict. Then he
mm,
was kicked out of the company they started. Then, yeah, he was lost in his life, so he didn't know what to do in his life. Then, with other Japanese entrepreneurs in San Francisco, so we started a book reading class, book club.
mm,
So, because we wanted to know how great people did when they lost in their life. Then we did a lot of like autobiographies, business
mm,
life lessons, and so we came up with one question like why people cannot learn from others effectively because all of the issues and problems we are going to face have been solved by different people in a different format. So why people cannot access it in advance? So there are many hypotheses, there are many reasons, but one of the biggest reasons unsolved was so people usually don't share their knowledge or experience with other people. Like people don't share, like people don't take YouTube so to share their knowledge. People
mm,
usually don't, like blogs, so to share their experience. So knowledge is isolated in in their brain. So people usually don't share their knowledge. So that's why people cannot access it in advance. Also, so yeah, usually, so as people don't share their knowledge, so once people pass away, so no one
Mm,
can access their knowledge anymore. We have 8 billion people in the world, but no one, so, no one can access their knowledge after they pass away. It's a huge loss for human society. So we'd like to prevent it with Glass. Then, so we made a social web highlighter, so Glasp.
mm,
It's a Chrome extension that highlights, so meaning so they can capture the moment when they spark something in their brain, and so yeah, they can take notes. So and the like profile page is public, meaning I can see what
mm,
you're reading, so you can see what
mm.
I'm reading, and so it's a place where people can learn from like other people. Then that's how we thought, oh, we can pass knowledge, experience, so for future generations. And that's how we started.
Okay. Yeah. So yeah, thanks for that. So yeah, pretty much
Mhm.
it's like where you save pretty much what you say is a social web highlighter, and then you can save
Mhm.
moments and stuff. So yeah, that's great. And when you said that your experience was in product manager,
Mhm.
and right now you're a co-founder of this company. Do you still like make use of the experience that you got from that startup as a product manager when you worked at that startup?
Yeah, for sure. So yeah, 2 years working as a product manager
Mm,
helped me so direct the product or how to research, how to market the
mm,
product for sure. And my co-founder was I think CPO at his
mm,
previous company. Even though 1 year experience,
yeah.
and his background is chemical engineering. So he graduated in chemical engineering at like master degree.
Mm,
Then so he came to the United States and studied at UC Berkeley Extension, and he majored in business. So we were not a developer at the moment. Then
mm,
yeah, to when we started the project, so we tried to like recruit or invite CTO co-founder candidate, but no one joined. Then we decided to, oh, we need to learn how to code and we need to make our product on our own. Then, so as a founder, we need to do everything, not only building the product, but also hiring, fundraising, so
mm.
establishing company, yeah, growing the product. So yeah, being a product manager for 2 years helped me so understand so the basic of startup life for sure.
Yeah, that's nice. It's like
Mm.
pretty much the field in UX and manager. Like that's
Mhm.
something I've got
Yes.
experience in as well, and it kind of led you to make your own startup. And how you said it helped you with from stuff like making the actual product to everything to getting out
Yeah,
there, gave you that hands-on
for sure.
experience. And the other
Mhm.
thing I'm also interested in, like when you, since you're doing this stuff and then you build your community as well, um, what was the first steps you did to make your community? So was this on YouTube or was there any other channel that you did like to start off uh, people who already use Glass?
Community, I mean, it's, yeah, as a user acquisition to
Right,
our product.
right,
So at first, so we use
right.
Slack X and LinkedIn
Okay.
because so when we started the product, we thought, we didn't do any personal research at the moment. So I don't know who are going to use our product.
Mm,
But so we were founders and we are into product management. Then we were highlighting. Then we thought, oh, maybe product managers are our initial, you know,
mm,
target users. Then so we looked for a product managers community. Also, so we found that like some like knowledge management tool like Obsidian, Notion, Evernote.
mm,
So those kind of tool user would be our target users. Then for product manager, we joined the Slack community. So there are some product managers community in the United States or in the world that has more than 100,000 so community members. Then yeah, I joined and I posted so some content like
Mm.
this is a great product manager's
Yeah.
article on my Glass profile page.
Yeah.
Also, I noticed that I can make Slack bot. Yeah, or I can. It's better to send a direct message to people who introduce themselves on Slack channel. Then every day, so there are many introduction. So on the Slack channel, so I send a direct message to them. Hey, this is a Grasp, and so we are making and we are creating great, content for product managers. So why don't you use it, or why don't you read through our, product? Then it worked. So many people signed up for our products, not signed products, but signed up for our wait list.
Mm.
And f- so that's one of the ways to grow our product initially. Also, so LinkedIn community, there are
Mm.
some LinkedIn community so who does the same thing, or like product managers recruiting or job
Mm.
posting community. And at that moment, so there was a hack that so even if people are not connected on LinkedIn, but if they are in the same community on LinkedIn, so we can
Mm.
send direct message.
Mm.
Then there was also tool, so to automate, scrape LinkedIn profile in the community, also send a direct message automatically. Then we scraped a lot of community members on LinkedIn. Then every day we sent so 400 direct message to them so
Mm.
through the community
All
by
right.
by automation. So
Mm.
yeah, my co-founder that did it. Also, I did it. Maybe around 800. So yeah, direct message
Mm.
to them. And yeah, then so we asked them to join our waitlist in the beginning. Then
Mm.
that's how we grew our product. Yeah, also Twitter, same things. So at that
Mm.
moment, so we can send a direct message so to people like
Yeah.
on X. Then we scrape the followers of like Notion, Obsidian, Evernote, those knowledge management tool followers. And so we could send direct message. We automated it. So hey, we made this product, and it's a probably compatible product with your tool. Then why don't you use it together? Then yeah, if they are interested in it, so they can join our waitlist. I think that's how we got 5,000 users.
Oh, okay. That's interesting, and that's very, what can I say? It's like a bold move from your side where you
Mhm.
directly started to post and stuff. So that's great. And was this so? The other follow-up question for that, was this before when you got the funding, or this is when you were doing before to kind of get the early users? So did you actually make the product first
Mhm.
and then go out to get those users, or were you just getting a waiting list, like those 5,000 potential users?
So yeah, firstly we made MVP,
Right.
then we established a company, and
Okay. Right.
yeah, I don't know how to determine or how to define MVP, but so we
Mm.
keep building the product.
I see.
And and after that, so we fundraised,
Mm.
our first round. At the same time, we were doing, of course, building product, also, doing some like user acquisition stuff. But so fundraising, MVP fundraising,
Mm.
also, user acquisition. That's the order, I think.
Okay, that's yeah, that's nice, and that's very interesting story where you had this MVP and then you started to reach out to people at the same time. You seek to get those the investors, get funding, and so on. And just another follow up question for that: were you part of any program, or did you directly like go up to an investor to get funding? Like, what I mean by programs such as you know the accelerators, the popular accelerators, or was it something private?
No, we didn't. So we applied to YC, but we got
Oh, okay, okay,
rejected.
right. I see. I see.
And I think we joined some, we applied to some accelerators,
Mm.
and we got yes. So we got accepted,
Mm.
but we didn't go
Mm.
because like they will take probably 7%, 5% of our company
Mm.
equity in return of like, yeah, 100,000 K
Yeah,
USD
roughly.
investment.
Yeah.
It's pretty cheap, right? And
Mm.
yeah, for our company like startup, 100K or 200K investment is pretty big thing, but in the long run, so 7% or 5% of company equity is not good. We didn't want to give it. And yeah, also it depends on the phase. If the
Mm.
accelerator is just started,
Mm.
maybe famous or experienced founder could help us directly in person.
Mm.
But so if the cohort, continues, cohort 10, cohort 20, then just like, organizational or systematic, cohort program will run. Maybe just employee who learned how to make up a startup and how to teach startup is just like lecturing us. Or we didn't think it's important. And yeah, point is like to make a
Mm.
network with funding
Mm.
pretty famous or pretty experienced founders
Mm.
in the United States. But if they couldn't
Mm.
give us any network, oh, what's the
Mm.
point, right? Also, for fundraising, the
Mm.
point is like to get accepted by famous accelerators.
Mm.
That's a signal. But just going to accelerator, really joining accelerator is not the point. Like, accept it is okay. Then yeah, we applied and got some acceptance. Then yeah, try to start fundraising.
Okay. Yeah, well, yeah, I know what you're saying there about
Mhm.
the lecturer example there. So it's better to get, actual experience from someone who actually done it
Yeah.
rather than someone just, yeah.
Also, I don't know if it
Yeah.
at the time or not, but
Mm.
so if our mentor said like, or
Mm.
if you can't grow your product without going to accelerator, you're going to fail as a founder. Yeah, our mentor says, okay, we need to do it by our own. Then
Yeah.
yeah, that's also good advice. Yeah.
Yeah, so thanks for that. Yeah,
Mm,
that's one thing I was gonna bring up
mm,
like later, like any
mm,
advice and so on. But this is
mm,
for anyone watching. This is good advice from Kay
mm,
to say like just don't depend on any accelerator. So you should like be proactive and do stuff yourself, like
mm.
such as Kay's journey, like how he started to reach out to people by himself and so on. So that's quite impressive there. So yeah, one thing is that the uh, in terms of community building, like content, like right now you also are on YouTube as well, so you post some stuff there.
Mhm,
So
mhm.
feel free to tell us about that. So what kind of content do you post and that type of stuff? So
Yeah, it depends on the phase. But so
right,
in the beginning, so we were making
yeah,
tutorials of our product, and
mm,
we are posting on Medium
mm,
in the beginning, I think. It's because, it's related to our growth framework or business model. We are making, B2C consumer or prosumer product, meaning the average revenue per user will be pretty low. Even if we could succeed in monetizing our product, probably average revenue per user per hour, is probably $1 or so
mm,
on average. Meaning, so we cannot spend more than $1 so to acquire new users, right? So in that sense, so we need to choose a channel of growth. And then we thought probably, I mean, our growth channel will be SEO, also viral, meaning like social viral or probably LinkedIn. Then yeah, from the beginning we were focusing on SEO, search engine optimization, also making our like viral the product. Then in terms of SEO, so yeah, it's also our technical, uh, how to say, insufficiency or technical debt. But we learned how to code. We didn't have any
mm.
experience building the product. Then my co-founder built a product with vanilla JS, not
Oh,
React, like a modern framework.
mm,
Meaning, so at the time, so when we need to write a tutorial and publish on under
mm,
Glasp domain, we need to, how do you say, manually remap. So all the stuff. So
mm.
on vanilla JS, even if we write a tutorial and publish it, it takes one day. So it's pretty.
Mm,
it's pretty fragile things. Then yeah, we thought, oh, this is not good idea to write so tutorial under our domain. Then I choose Medium at the moment, not like today. So Medium had a great recommendation engine, so internal recommendation engine, and if I could write a good content on Medium, so without advertising, so it's gonna be spreading. Then, so I wrote a tutorial on Medium, like how to use Glasp, how to import Kindle highlights, how to
mm,
use Glasp with Obsidian, how to use Glasp with Notion, something like that. And Medium is a UGC content, UGC platform, so it doesn't give any like backlink or like link juice to our domain, but it's external product, meaning if somebody could find our product and if they think it's great product, they could probably like that tutorial or like yeah mention in their blog and could give us a backlink. Then that's how we thought we could grow our domain authority. Then eventually it will strengthen our SEO. But so yeah, to answer your question, so
mm,
initially we wrote like tutorials mainly or use case
mm,
of our product. Also, we are doing a lot of user interviews in the beginning. And yeah, if you find a good use case, like using Glasp with Pocket, using Glasp in the team, using Glasp, or becoming product manager using Glasp or something like
mm,
that,
mm,
then after, so the user interviewee said yes, so we wrote user interview and user interview use case like
mm.
blog. And then, so yeah, we says, oh, we published our use case interview. So then, so interviewee could post it on social media. So that also helped us.
Mm. Yeah,
Mhm.
that's a nice strategy of content. Like
Mm,
you're having you're showing your journey pretty much by talking to
mhm.
people as well and putting that
Yeah.
on.
Also, I remember, so yeah, I was writing on Hongyat or like as a media, as a guest
Mm,
writer, so contributing writer. And so the topic was something like top 10 Chrome extension for writers in 2022, or like top
mm,
10 Chrome, Safari extension in 2022, or how to import Kindle highlights, or how to highlight YouTube, something like
mm,
that. And so because like the media is famous, so and I could mention Glass for sure in the blog, then yeah, that I think that brought us like initial traffic. So also it helped us improve SEO for sure. Yeah, but so I think that's one thing initial startup can do it. So as a growth strategy.
Okay, yeah. So
Yeah.
that's some nice key takeaways there for anyone who's
Mhm.
listening. So we've got like if you're on a journey and you're doing some user interviews, it'll be nice to post that on your blog for content and so on and tutorials. So that's one good thing. So yeah, that's
Mm.
thanks for that, Kay. So yeah, you mentioned also like the company was founded like just before when pretty much AI came mainstream.
Mhm.
So
Yes.
what was the phase like when you integrated AI into Glasp?
Yeah, ChatGPT was launched in
Mm,
November of
yep,
2022, right?
yep.
And our company founded in May of 2021, so it's already
Mm,
5 years.
mm,
Then, yeah, the launch of ChatGPT was after like 1 year and a half since we started.
mm,
And in October or November of 2022, so we started our second round. We
mm,
started fundraising in the United States.
mm,
And as a immigrant founders, so it's so difficult to build a
mm,
network in the United States and to get invested in the
mm,
United States. And in October of 2022, I think Glasp had around 30,000 users. So it's pretty low for questioning the product, and it's pretty, and we didn't have any revenue in the United States. It was so difficult to succeed in fundraising in the United States. But we wanted to fundraise in the United States. Then we were thinking, oh, we need to do something so that increase our traffic dramatically.
Mm,
Then I think around July or August of 2022, so we were looking into AI
mm,
because in August of 2022, so there was Stable Diffusion, like image generation model came out.
mm.
And in March of 2022, so DALL-E first, DALL-E, not DALL-E 2, DALL-E from OpenAI was
Oh,
launched,
yes, yes.
right? Right? Then we thought it's so wild, right? So with
Mm,
text prompt, so we can generate images. And our friend founder was making like advertisement creative with AI, so GPT-2, and the company was growing at the moment. Then, so we were feeling like AI movement in Silicon Valley. So something will happen. Then it,
mm,
it was like something will happen. Then, so we were making some like side project with AI.
mm,
In September of 2022, we made a small project with AI. Like, Waddle. So Waddle is a game. So trendy in Twitter at the moment and
mm,
acquired by New York Times. It's a simple word guess game. Like there were
mm,
five words, five
mm,
letters, and you can guess. And there was like one strike, one hit, and eventually you can prompt 5 times. And if you succeed in like guessing the
mm,
exact word, correct word, and you
mm,
can post it on X. And it was trendy on X at the time. And
mm.
so the DALL-E 2 was like, was making like 4 images with one prompt. Do you remember? So if you type in a prompt, so
Oh,
there was
yes.
4 images generated.
Oh, yes,
Then
like blocks.
I,
Yeah, yeah,
yeah, that's right.
yeah.
Then I thought it's interesting. Then I posted on X. I, I, you know, I posted only 4 images on X and asked my followers, oh, can you guess what is a prompt? Then, so I combined it. We combined it, and the idea was something like, so we show, you know, 4 images, and we prepare five, prompt guess, 5 prompts. Then, so ask users to guess, and the prompt was something like "Stay hungry, stay foolish," like
Mm,
famous quotes.
mhm,
Then, so yeah, after they succeeded in guessing so the prompt, then they can post on X. So it's like homage of Waddle, and we named Diddle. And yeah, because Dali and Waddle.
mm,
And so it didn't succeed as a product, but so it was featured in uh, PC Gamer, which is
mm.
a famous
Oh,
media
yes,
in the
PC gamer.
United States. Yeah, PC
Yeah.
Gamer. The article title was something like, "Oh, there's a weird game to guess like images or something," but so it was features. Then yeah, it's a good signal that so AI is happening something. Then so yeah, we were looking into OpenAI's X account so every day,
Mm,
and I think one day before ChatGPT was launched, there was a post from OpenAI's X. Like, so there will be a big announcement tomorrow. So watch it out or check it out.
mm,
The next day, ChatGPT was launched. Then,
mm,
so we were testing ChatGPT. And so on the same day, ChatGPT was launched, we submit a new Chrome extension with ChatGPT. It's a simple Chrome extension that shows ChatGPT anywhere on the browser. So you can move any, ChatGPT window anywhere on the browser. But it's pretty simple extension with 20 lines of code. But for the first week, so we got 100,000 so installs. And at
mm.
the
Oh,
moment, so we were ranked second in the world. So among the Chrome extension using ChatGPT. So it's a big hit for us because our product, Glasp, has around 30,000 users for 1 year and a half. And I think 3 days or 5 days after ChatGPT was launched, there was some product using ChatGPT. Yeah, ChatGPT for X something, a PDF summary with
Mm,
ChatGPT, X replier with a ChatGPT, email replier with ChatGPT. Then we mapped out the product using ChatGPT. And so initially, ChatGPT was doing only text. Right? There was no
mm,
API. It doesn't accept images or videos. Then yeah, we mapped out ChatGPT product also text formatted, so medias. Then we noticed, oh, no one was using YouTube transcripts at the moment.
mm,
Then if we combine together, because we had a YouTube transcript highlighter at the moment. If we
mm,
combine together, we can make YouTube summary. Then, so we launched YouTube summary, and it was, yeah, one of the biggest hits of our product. So within, 1 week, for sure, we get 100 or 200,000 installs. And so the traffic was, yeah, something like literally, hockey stick. So it's growing so rapidly. But that's how we integrated AI with our product. As started with side project, but eventually Glasp had a YouTube summary function.
mm. Yeah, yeah, thanks for that. That's like how we spoke about AI, like how you
Mhm.
made use of like pretty much OpenAI just because just before they were about to like launch, and then you managed to take advantage of that. So basically looking at the
Yes, yeah.
trends and yeah, that's an interesting story there. And yeah, YouTube summary again, yeah, that's something that people do now, like in terms of the transcription. It shows everything.
Mm.
But back then there weren't any features like that. So
No, yeah, right.
okay. Yeah, so that's great. And yeah, so the other thing is like when we were going through this whole process of again growing the company, did you like of course every startup has its challenges. What were the challenges for you? So
Mhm.
one of the challenges
Yeah,
where I thought about when you said that the growth, like you had low amount of growth, and then when the AI movement came, you that went up to 100,000. So feel free to tell us about your challenges.
yeah, many challenges. As a company wise,
Mm,
so I think the biggest challenge was the second fundraising in the United States. So as I mentioned, so we had another 30,000 users in the in the world. And then it's pretty much low for consumer product, so to fundraise in the United States. And so our money in our bank, so will go run out. So we are almost bankrupt. So yeah, but thanks to ChatGPT and thanks to the follow-up investment from like VCs in Japan, so we could survive. But so yeah, that like 2 months, 3 months was the hardest thing for us. And also, yeah, we could succeed in growing YouTube summary, but not Grasp in the beginning or like after YouTube summary. So we were asked many times, why don't you pivot it into YouTube summary because yeah, it's growing so fast. And yeah, but our mission is like web highlighting tool and preventing knowledge isolation globally and passing their experience knowledge in their brain for future generations or making it then public. So it takes pretty long time. We know this. So it still challenges. Yeah, many challenges like growing the product for sure. But also, as I mentioned, we try to recruit or invite co-founder candidate. I mean CTO
mm,
candidate for 6 years. So we haven't succeeded. We don't have any CTO in our company. Thanks
mm,
to Claude, thanks to AI, we can build our product with AI. Then we stopped hiring CTO candidates. But yeah, it's something like, yeah, we want to build this feature, we fundraise, but so hiring great talented CTO is pretty difficult, meaning we couldn't speed up building the product. So yeah, in the long run, speed is important. So yeah, it was challenging, I think.
mm. So yeah, what I liked about what you said there that you stick to your business's vision and
Mhm.
what you want to deliver in the long
Mhm.
run. Because you were mentioning like there were people saying like the YouTube stuff is getting big, so why not just focus on that? But that thing that you said about staying like loyal to your vision about where you are,
Mhm.
so that kind of paid out in the long run, basically.
Mhm. Yes. So yeah, many investors, so VCs asked us, so why don't
Mm,
you, well, like even, yeah, one investor we met
mm,
in San Francisco.
mm,
So yeah, because we talked to the investors, so for fundraising, they didn't so invest in us. But after that, we met him in San Francisco, and he said, "Oh yeah, congrats, guys! So you
mm,
already pivoted into YouTube summary. It's an interesting idea." So, but we didn't pivot it into YouTube summary.
mm,
And so the backstory, background story, why didn't focus on YouTube summary was at the moment, YouTube summary was just like AI wrapper, like AI wrapping
mm.
tool. So
Yeah.
just using AI. And we thought it's gonna be, I don't think it lasts as a product for a long time. Maybe like 1 year, 2 years. So after launch, so probably YouTube do the same thing. Or like ChatGPT can do it the same thing as we do. Then there will be no reason our users continue using our product. But if we bet on YouTube summary, then it's gonna be replaced sometime.
Mm,
Then also we didn't have any like mission on making so like summarizing YouTube, summarizer of YouTube. Then we didn't do.
okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I see. Yeah, so thanks for telling us that. So that's basically you um basically what you were talking about is that you're not relying on a feature pretty much that can you could be replaceable. Like if ChatGPT put that feature on,
Uh-huh.
what would kind of
Totally. Yeah.
make you different? And whilst you was going through building a product to actually growing it, getting funding, and I'm sure you probably got this question asked a few times about like your competitors and stuff. And I'm sure there's always someone who says stuff like, "Well, this already exists. Like, what's special about you?
Hmm.
How do you kind
Hmm.
of manage to defend pretty much your vision and kind of
Mm,
stay strong? Pretty much, that's one thing." So,
there were computers for sure when
yeah,
we started our first round.
yeah,
So there was Viva, there was Liner, there was Matter, like newsletter mobile highlighter at the moment. And Matter and Liner was doing some like public features. Like if you highlight something, it's gonna be publicly shareable, by users like consent, I think.
mm,
And there was no like default public web highlighter at the moment. And eventually our product will be social platform like X or Pinterest
mm,
that your highlight will be content and there will be a home feed and you can
mm,
follow people, you can get followed by people. Then there were no tools, something like that at the moment. But the question is, it's gonna be big or not? I don't know.
mm,
But yeah, and I think like angel round or pre-seed round is kind of like, you just want to tell investors, oh, this is the vision, this is what we want to do. And they don't ask the market size. They don't ask, oh, when will you exit or something like that. Or
mm,
do you have a computer or not?
mm,
So y- y- maybe you have heard of it, like,
mm,
you should show like 10x, or in 1 year,
mm,
you will become like 10x bigger as a founder or as a company, 10x bigger, 10 times bigger. Then, if angel investors, if VC could feel from the team or feel from the founders,
mm,
I think they could invest in. But that's only doable for first round or second round.
mm,
After second round or third round, so you need to prove that your metrics is growing,
mm,
right? Or you are running cash. Then, yeah, thankfully for the first round, so we could fundraise without convincing investors, oh, we have competitors, but this is how to win.
Mm.
Yeah. Also, yeah, we are making something different from competitors in that sense. So we didn't have any direct competitor at the moment.
Okay. Yeah.
Mhm.
So yeah. So thanks for telling us that. So
Yeah.
we're basically
Yeah.
showing. Yeah.
Mhm. Also, I think, yeah, I could feel like if the market is changing
Mm.
rapidly, so
Mm.
investors are investing. Like when ChatGPT was launched, so the
Mm.
market was changing. AI market was pretty much changing so rapidly,
Mm.
right? Then at the time, so if you label your company or AI company, so you could fundraise. And yeah, you need to showcase that product is how to say, yeah, promised or like founders are talented. But so if you could label or if you can showcase that, or your company is AI company, so at the moment, so you could fundraise. Our case is something like that. So after YouTube Summary, we label our company, or we are AI company. And thankfully, so our traffic was hockey stick. So yeah, it's rapidly growing. Then we didn't even reach out to investors, but investors reached out to us, like in the United States. Yeah, I thought this is interesting, but
Mm.
they are tracking the domains of the company, so by category. So we were categorized by VC. So we were categorized in knowledge management, web highlighting. So then they send a screenshot and so send a message to us. Hey, your company is growing so rapidly. So could you tell
Mm.
us why? And so we were interested in investing in us, investing in you. Then we got some pitch mails from VCs. Then so we talked to some VCs. So through that, reaching out emails. Yeah. And of course our traffic was growing. So we didn't, yeah, we could tell that YouTube summary was booming. And that helped us our second round. And also, yeah, we could have been pretty famous angel investors in our second round. So he's pretty much well known in the in Silicon Valley. Then, yeah, we could successfully invest, get investment from him. So, of course, we show his name and his face on our pitch deck, or he is investing in us. Then, so it's pretty strong signal for other VCs, for other angel
Mm.
investors, or he is investing us. Why don't I follow up, or why don't I invest in too? So in that sense, so competitor doesn't matter. Yeah.
Mm. Okay. That's
Yeah.
nice to hear. So
Mhm.
in terms of like the other follow-up question to that, to stay ahead of like the industry about what's going on, since you said there weren't any direct competitors, but you wanted to kind of see what other people are doing, maybe similar companies. Uh,
Mhm.
what kind of businesses or companies do you kind of look at to kind of stay ahead of what you're doing, to learn from them and so on? So feel free to answer this question any way you can.
So like how to stay, yeah, catch up the trend
Yeah,
or
yeah. So like for
forecast.
example, like most people they use like
Mhm.
they look at competitors and see what they're doing
Mhm.
and kind of
Yeah, of course. Yeah,
yeah.
of course, we look into computers
Mm,
like features and the
mm,
directions. Yeah, we follow their X. So
mm,
we follow their like founders X. Yeah,
mm,
we subscribe to their emails. Yeah, they send me a message, I mean emails.
mhm,
Yeah, then I check it. Oh, for example, yeah. Also, I look into market trend on X. Also
market
for
trend.
some, newsletters by
Mm,
VCs or founders. Yeah, of course I look into it. But yeah, every time I judge, oh, it's gonna be like doable at our company
mm,
and it's gonna be big. And if our user will use this feature or not. So yeah, so we need to think a lot, but I look into the computers, market trends, yeah, a lot.
Mm. Yeah, so that's just good
Mhm,
insight there, like KS to share. So about like if you're a startup and you want to stay ahead
mhm,
of what your competitors doing, or if there's any business, you can look at the founders page. So that's
mhm.
something, yes, something interesting to think about. So
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, we just want to now talk about like the because you said like your company has grown in US and Japan. So how did you kind of manage the cross culture stuff? So meaning, did you it was a global product first, then have
Mhm.
did you manage to how did you kind of manage to like localize it in Japan? So if you can have
Not at all.
all right, so you haven't done that part yet.
Yeah, yeah, we
Oh,
didn't do any local things. We don't localize our product. So
okay.
yeah,
Um.
for
Okay.
yeah, because yeah, we could make like good UX UI. So
Right.
how to say the how to use is intuitive, right? Then after they learn how to use it, it's just easy to do it. And yeah, thanks to our users, I mean, Glasp is I don't know how to describe, but so Glasp users is highly educated or highly
Mm,
talented, I would say,
mm-hmm,
because it's tough task, like keep reading something important and capture
mm,
it, save it, organize
mm,
it, and share
mm,
it.
mm,
Share is like optional, but keep reading something, keep something difficult. So reading is kind of tough stuff. Like so they are talented and they are educated for sure. Then for those people, so they can speak English or they can read English, even
mm,
though they are located in Japan or Southeast Asia or Europe, so
mm,
they can understand English because they are educated pretty well.
mm.
Then we don't need to tell users, oh, this is how to use, right? So it's so, yeah, we think it's successful. And for YouTube summary, it's just installing extension and put the button. So only one button. Right? We don't need any localization. Right? Yeah.
Okay, that's right. So in
Yeah.
terms of like the Japanese users that you currently have, since you're also in Japan, you
Mhm.
didn't face any like challenges for, I'd say, any
Yeah.
questions and so on.
Yeah. In terms of the cultural
Yeah.
things, so yeah, we noticed that Japanese people are more shy or
Mm,
like hesitated to share what they are reading. Our
mm,
product is like highlighting, also sharing what they are
mm,
reading.
mm,
For the United States, on average, so they are okay to share what they are reading because it's already public. Because
mm,
original content are public, I'm just curating it, right?
mm,
But for Japanese people, they say, "Oh, it's privacy or something. I don't
mm.
want to
Yeah.
share what I'm reading, or like my friend don't want to see what I'm reading, or something like that." You can tell that like Japanese people are not open-minded in that sense, or like they are hesitant to share something. Then yeah, I can tell, but it's our like product DNA, so we don't change. Or they need to pay, yeah, to make it private.
Mm. Okay, so
Yeah.
that's an interesting difference here that you saw.
Mhm.
Like you said, in the West, people were like more no problems with sharing their stuff, but you saw that there's a need for people having their stuff more private.
Yeah. Also, I think yeah, we don't take any metrics. Yeah, well, we don't
Mm,
calculate. But from my like observation, I think Japanese people are using more like anonymous account, an anonymous Google account. Our sign up method is Google sign up or Apple sign in.
hmm
Then yeah, usually like 19% or 95% of users use Google sign in to sign up for Glasp.
hmm
And yeah, we take their email, or also we take their name to show on, as a Glasp profile. Yeah, we see real name a lot in English, but we see many like anime related name or fake name in Japanese. Yeah,
Uh,
yeah, that's also interesting, right?
yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, indeed. Yeah. So, yeah, that happens. Yeah, that happens. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So okay, and Do you also know like the audience in Japan, like what they kind of because yeah, you like you said, they it's private, so you can't tell. But the people in the West, I mean, are they reading like articles mainly? Like, what I wanted to know are like, what do people use Glass for mainly in the West compared to East? So if you have any knowledge of that, feel free to.
I think it's pretty similar, probably.
Okay.
Yeah. But our users, like Glasp users are like researchers, writers,
Mm-hmm.
founders, executives, and
Mm-hmm.
students. So people continuously or like frequently read something. And interestingly, so like long-lasting users tend to have some point or some opportunity to share or look back what they did. Like researchers, so need to write a report or like need to have a meeting to share what they, to share what they are reading or something. Also, students need to write a report, then they look back at class profile page. But yeah, the topics is pretty broad, like politics, economics, engineering, or AI. Yeah, the market trend. So, or like their research topic, something. So it's pretty broad, I think.
Okay. Okay. So it just
Yeah.
depends, right? Okay.
Mhm.
Yeah. So thanks for that, Kay. And now what we're gonna do is just pretty much go on to the topic of you as a founder and pretty much how you like motivate yourself and condition yourself to do whatever you're doing from working on a you are a product manager at a startup and then you moved countries to uh, making your own startup with a co-founder. So if you could just tell us about like how what gave you this kind of will to be motivated when you face challenges. So it could be about your hobbies, something like you do. So yeah.
Yeah, but so just follow curiosity is pretty, yeah, it's the most
Mhm.
important thing. Yeah, curiosity depends on like people. So the topic, how they are interested in something, it depends on people. Just follow it. But
Mm,
for us, so knowing something that we don't know yet is pretty satisfying for us. Like for my founder or for me, or researching something is so like
mm,
interesting for us. Then using our product is yeah just like self-satisfying and
mm,
it's motivated like and it's like we like experiment. Like we could do many growth tactics or growth hacks, and if it succeeded or even if it doesn't succeeded, so we can tell or we can see the results. Oh, this is working, or this is not working, or this is we didn't think it's working, but it's actually working. So it's so interesting for us. It's so motivating, and we were talking about competitions or competitors, but
mm,
following curiosity and so thinking in the long run are the ways to, avoid competition because usually people are like short looking. So they are looking for like cash in short term.
mm,
Then
mm,
eventually it's going to be competition for sure. Like, because to make ROI better, well, like bigger, so you need to go into like the market so that have a lot of cash or like big market. Also, something, yeah, something like some product or service that could earn cash, very short term, right? But so we are making consumer product that doesn't seem to succeed or doesn't seem to earn cash. So no one, joined the market. But eventually, so in the long run, so we could succeed. Then so that's how we could think. Yeah, we can think. Yeah, to avoiding competitors or competition. And yeah, also like yeah, following the mission, well, following the brief is important to keep motivated. You know, it's kind of like religion that so
mm.
you are chosen to do something you are doing. So we were chosen and we were the best people so to do what we are doing. And yeah, if we fail, it's gonna be huge loss for human society. If you could think in that way, so it's kind of like missionary. So right, so you
Mm-hmm.
need to tell Christianity to the
Mm.
world. Like, yeah, something like that. So if you are convinced by your mission or vision or belief, so yeah, I think so you could give a motivation or like courage to keep doing. Also, motivation is not something we can rely on. So it's emotional. Like, so sometimes so it you are motivated to do something, but if you lose motivation, you are not keep doing. So rather than motivation, so you need to have custom or like habit. So at least for me, in the beginning of our company, so at least I need to make at least one highlight on Glasp. So I keep I
Mm.
keep reading and I keep highlighting, and eventually it's gonna be custom. And so it it gives me time or opportunity
Mm.
to think about it. So not motivation, but custom is important, I think.
Okay. Yeah. So yeah, thanks for that. And it kind of makes sense from what you were talking about. Your like how you stick to your vision. It's your belief. Like when people around you, earlier you were saying or telling you should focus on that YouTube summary stuff, and how you stick
Mhm.
by your belief to make the world a better place by your product. So that's a good way of looking at it. Like we should always have belief in our product and do the best we
Mm.
can. And yeah,
Yes.
so we're just gonna the follow up one was like yeah your personal motivation. And also, we really finished the personal motivation part. We're just interested in what you like doing, and if you could just tell us like about your hobbies and stuff. So feel free, like if how you deal with it, if you do deal with stress and so on, how you handle it with hobbies and so on. So if you could just talk us about that.
Yeah, but I like reading books. So
Right,
recently, I read a lot of mysteries, like
right.
Ellery Queen or Agatha Christie, or like Japanese mystery. Yeah, mysteries. I like it. Yeah. Also, I like finding stories or
Mm,
like by autobiographies. So just reading is yeah my hobby. And yeah, I like to eat out. So my
mm.
previous company was making a foodie application.
Oh yeah.
So it's like logging or
Mm,
tagging
mm,
information of restaurant, shared foodie snap with friends. So yeah, the company shut down and the app was not existing anymore. But
mm,
I keep that custom to yeah. Instead, I use Google Map and Instagram to take what I'm eating, also share it on Google Map and Instagram. So then, yeah, if I had a good restaurant or if I find a good restaurant to visit, then I bookmark on Google Map and yeah, not every day, but I look forward to eat something good. So yeah, that's my hobby.
oh
Yeah,
okay,
and
that's yeah.
yeah, but I do, yeah, in the winter, so I love like trying snowboarding. So yeah, once start sliding the mountain, like going down mountain. So yeah, my stress goes out.
Yeah. So thanks for showing us your hobby. So yeah, you like eating good food, you like sharing it on Google and with others so they can do it, and snowboarding. So that's great to hear. Yeah, actually, I'm gonna try snowboarding too.
Oh, you do.
Okay, well, and in terms of well, since Glass is already a tool that people use, other than using Glass, what other tool do you use like to be productive? So in terms of in your on your laptop, tablet, and so on, and computer, so to help you do what you're doing every day.
Cool. It's number one tool. So number one to go to tool at this moment. It's so smart in terms of engineering or like discussing. And
Oh, okay.
yeah, Claude, like AI.
Yes.
Mm. What else tools? Any other tools? Like I use Glass for sure. I use YouTube Holly and tools.
So in terms of
Yeah,
like when you make notes and so on, so
I use
is it
Apple Notes. Yeah.
Apple Notes? Okay. Oh yes, the Apple ecosystem. It's free to use within your MacBook and so on. So and it's nice for
Yes, it's convenient
yeah,
and yeah, many people try to make like complicated note-taking system, but it's
yeah.
yeah, but it's so complicated,
Oh
and
yes.
so it makes psychological barrier to take notes.
Mm.
Then I don't want to make it.
Okay. Okay. So
Apple Notes is
Apple
simple. Like
Notes use AI for Claude, and then
yeah,
yes.
Claude. I use Figma, Zoom, of course Slack.
Hmm.
Yeah, any interesting tool. I don't think. Yeah, as I
Yeah.
mentioned, I use Instagram, Google Maps,
Oh yes. Okay.
of course Kindle. Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, that's all. And now we're just gonna go into the final part, and which is basically about you as a founder. If you have any advice to people who are having their own startup, either already in pre-seed or already going through rounds and so on. So if you have any advice for them, one thing I liked about you is that you mentioned that you stay true to your vision, and
Mhm.
you were mentioning just like about the people who the missionaries that have a mission. So you have a startup, you have a mission to give to the world. So if you have any more stuff to share like that, that would be great.
I think it's a difficult question. Like I already told, but yeah,
Hmm.
following mission, spreading mission is yeah, startup is something like cult or religion. So
Hmm.
starting a religion. So founders need to believe in it. And so
Hmm.
founders need to spread it. And I hope the mission or vision is something good for human society, like
Mm.
to make human world better place. And yeah, I think other advice to follow curiosity. So somehow, yeah, somehow it tells you direction, or somehow it it tells you, yeah, what you need to do, or what you can do, which is something interesting. Something doesn't exist in the world yet, but that's how you can invent something. Like eventually, so the human taste, human curiosity, like connect the dot, as Steve Jobs
Hmm. Hmm.
said. And yeah, that's how you can make something unique. So not following just like market trend or something.
Yeah, that's some again, that's some really nice advice there. So yeah, so pretty much we should believe in what we're doing and go all the way and do what we can. And yeah, we're just gonna pretty much get to the end of the podcast now. So we want to just say thanks to Kei for coming, and if Kei, you want to
Mhm.
say anything to our audience, you can talk about how they can reach out to you, anything you want to share. Feel free, you at the stages, you also feel free.
Oh yeah, thank you for having me. So it's nice talking to you, and so I hope my talk is somehow helpful for our, somehow helpful for audience. And so yeah, I'm on LinkedIn and X. So if you have any questions, so please reach out to me on X or in LinkedIn. And so if I can help you, yeah, in any way, so I'm happy to do it. So, yeah, thanks for having me. Yeah.
Okay, so thank you so much, Kay, for being here with us today. And if you want to reach out to Kay, his details are going to be below in the description. So that's it for today's episode, everyone. So take care. Thank you for listening to Bridging Talks. I'm your host, Majid Hashmi. If you enjoyed today's episode, please feel free to follow us on your favorite platform and also leave a review. For more information, please visit bridgingconnect.com/podcast. That's all for today, and see you next time.